Greetings and welcome to the Talk to Me America show, where the world wants to know what you have to say. So call me when I tell you. I'm sure you got plenty to say today. I know I do. And so has everyone else. The official start of election season has begun. And of course, it's Thursday night. Time for another Talk to Me America show. Again, where the world wants to know what you have to say. So call me and celebrate your 1A. And tell them like it is. Okay. I'm LDGddss, your hostess, and thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. Appreciate y'all being here. I hope you had a fantastic week. We have some adventures going on as we speak. I do believe I was watching it live, but I don't see it online anymore. If it is actually still live feeding somewhere else, and I'll talk about that in a minute after I go through all of this other stuff. Once again, welcome to the show. Been paying attention to what's been going on today, of course, was the big day. Let's see. Plugs real quick. 451 Actual. Of course, that was the live show that I was talking about that we were watching. Chaos. Friendly Friday. No, it's actually Thursday. So, okay, I guess we were documenting the travels of Tweak and Tom from America Floats. Can Killer, welcome. He says Mohap. Actually, I just saw another JP Sears video that he just posted with regards to, I do believe he has caught the Pastor Chatelet fever when it comes to Mohap, because he's actually done another video and used all of the pictures, and yeah, he's really trying to push it. Even bringing together the Joan Rivers and reminding people that anybody who talks about it ends up dead or ended or whatever. When did we become so frightened of words? It really bothers the hell out of me. You can't express yourself without the proper words. And the best thing about the English language that I can think of as far as the proper words go is you can make shit up and people will understand you. So 451 Actual, my metal man, I don't know what he's going to be doing tomorrow. Probably the Friend Friday or whatever, and they'll still be documenting the travels of Tweak and Tom. I'm actually surprised that someone hasn't turned that into some kind of a cat and mouse type of cartoon, or I don't know. You guys are faster than me with the memes. I gotta say this stuff out loud before I come up with stuff. So I'm just visual like that. I've got to hear it first. I don't know why. Pastor Chatelet, of course, and the pond, in which I don't see is someone live streaming the chaos still, and everyone's over there. Or are they waiting for the mugshot of the century? Now, a lot of people have stuck this up there. But I don't think that's it, because I read earlier, I've been watching the live updates of this, and yeah, that's not it. That's not what he was wearing. In fact, like I say, I've been watching the live updates of this on CNN. I figured what better place to get your news from, because they can't wait to get it out there. Trump departs Fulton Carter jail. Now, this has already all happened within the last 20 minutes, right before I was starting. In fact, I was sitting here watching it. And of course, Twitter, or excuse me, the platform formerly known as Twitter, is all a Twitter, if you will, about it. And like I say, that this is what people are posting. So yeah, I'll do my shout outs while you guys take a look at this. Actually, the CNN basically described what he was wearing. He had on a blue suit like that, but he had on his normal red tie, his regular outfit, or I would say the Trump uniform, if you will. He changes his tie every once in a while, but usually it's the dark blue suit and the power tie. That's not something that's changed in, what, 50 years? So Red Dawn Radio, The Drunken Rocky, which of course I think his show is on after this. He might actually be the one live feeding right now the chaos that is the Tom and Tweak show at the moment. Although, like I say, we need to support them, and I'll tell you about this in a minute. Raynoth, of course, DJ Based, Kevin's Chaotic Coffee, America Floats, Tom from America Floats. I actually found out some devastating news about him that I didn't know before. I'm so sorry to hear that. What a bummer. That's fucked up, and thank you for staying strong. I don't see that you've missed a beat, so rah-rah to you, Tom. 2 Minutes to Midnight, Magical Trevor. Of course, we're proud of him. He went viral with his Biden earbud. The memes. Reverend Rant, who now does the Boiling Point Live. Some guy from Maine. I actually see that he's back on X, if you will. Some guy from Maine. Rougarou, not me being Town, who preside over the Pure Blood TV interactive. Wow, okay, everybody's on there. Not BB's been doing a great job. They've been working on it and everything like that. And of course, this also too means that you guys have been helping support the website as well, which is fantastic. And of course, I'm not a sponsor of any of this stuff. I just talk about stuff that I like, appreciate, and like being a part of. I'm appreciative of being a part of it. In fact, I pride myself actually in being one of the originals. If anybody has the old flyer that came up, I think I was like on one of the very first ones, or the second one or whatever like that. But I started doing my live feed about the same time that Rougarou started doing flyers for us, and he was fantastic at the graphic arts. And of course, all these guys are much appreciated and still appreciated, still working hard and still growing. Proud of all of us. Zom, welcome to the show. Can you tell me where everyone is at? I usually have so many viewers by now that I can't keep up with all of the chats. But welcome, Zom, our friend from New Zealand, right? Or Australia? South Africa. I get so confused. We have so many friends around the world now. That's so cool. All right. Like I say, go to the pureblood.tv. Actually, this is the first time I'm looking at it since I've been on here. The last couple of times I was on here. You can advertise on here if you like. The only thing I don't see on any of these is a view count. Gotta be honest with you, that might actually help you to sell more advertisements on here, because they sell advertisements by the view count, by how many potential eyeballs you can be in, or you can get in. So, former President Trump arrested in Georgia, booked at notoriously violent jail. So she wanted to make sure that he gets treated just like everybody else would. Australia, okay. Australia, Aussie. He's an Aussie. View count is 0. on the Pure Blood TV, no, I have on the news thing or whatever. That's terrible. That's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. All right. Okay, this is also where you can... I had to pull that up. Where am I? There I am. Okay, I was going to say I had to pull that up. But I wanted to... Town, actually, I think, takes care of a lot of the news that goes through on here. Rougarou, I believe... I'm not sure what all of their jobs are. All I know is they got together and started to do this... interactive TV guide for the Pure Bloods, and I noticed that we're growing as far as the TV guide itself goes. It also has the live feed, live feeds. It has RSS feeds. I mean, you can pretty much get all of your alternative media here, plus the actual other media too, some of it, so that you have something to compare it to. You know, I mean, we're not in a bubble here. We do still listen to everybody. Okay, here's the thing I was talking about. Help finance our reporter team. Tweak and Tom are on their way to Vegas for the Reawakening America tour. And they actually were driving together, I do believe, in Tweak's van or something like that. And they are having car trouble. They've had to go and pick up... that's terrible, Zom, but it's funny as shit. Having car trouble, taking them way longer to get down there than they thought. They had to. I do believe the last thing I remember hearing, I was following them live, and I don't see them anywhere on here. In fact, let me check. Let me see if it might still be on there, or if they came back. Because, like I say, 451 Actual was actually live streaming it. Okay, Raynoth is live streaming it now, it looks like. So that's where everyone is. Yes, I see that, Zom. Okay, I gotcha. Like I say, you can finance them. Where did that go? I've got so many things open today. You can finance them and help them out because they were good for the actual trip, but the added expense of the breakdown and having to get another car and having to stay somewhere overnight because of it and everything like that now, and they're going to be late to this thing now, I believe, or something like that. So yeah, help them out if you can. There is their little what is that? I don't remember what that's called. I'm sorry. Cash App. There it is. Cash App. All right. There you go. They are live on Raynoth. Yes, I see that. Okay. Love. Ha. Yeah. Loyal9 is streaming too. Oh, wow. I haven't seen Loyal9 stream for a really long time. That's very nice of him. So, okay. Yeah, I guess everybody else would be watching them. That's okay. I'll make my video. This is live, but it'll become a video after I'm finished. And I did my part. Donate. Make sure these guys get there. They know. In fact, Tweak tells us that he knows one of the main speakers there and everything like that, and they're actually going there to advocate for the Pure Blood TV crew and network and everything like that. All the people that you see now on this interactive TV guide will be advocated, which I like that. Click on a show to see the links. Oh, okay, that's great. That thing we do. Here I am down here. That thing of ours. Okay. And notice I'm getting lower and lower and lower on the list too. That's how much we're growing. I used to be way up here. And all of these were not here before. So, again, we're growing. It's great. It's fantastic. And it's exactly the point. Hey, man, we may not be right all the time, but we sure aren't going around trying to lie to you either. That's how much we love you. Pure blood or not. Unlike some of these, all of these politicians. All right, so don't forget to donate for the pilgrimage. And I was going to say, this is probably one of the reasons why I think that, you know, there's a lot of the left saying, how can you relate to this guy Trump? Well, you basically just proved it by arresting him. Is there an actual mugshot out yet? Let's see. There's one more update. I say that would be something you absolutely would think that CNN would get on there as fast as possible, because they're one of the ones that don't give a shit if it's right or not. They just have to be first. And of course, if it comes to Donald Trump hurting him in any way, if they actually could, which they can't, they jump on that too. You understand. Propaganda. Mostly propaganda. That's why I say. It's weird though how they're keeping minute to minute to minute. I mean, they're watching him like a hawk. It's like, this is paparazzi now. This is this is what it is now. Paparazzi. You can either watch them hollering at him with microphones in his face, or you can watch a RSS live feed as to what he's up to almost every minute. There's 47 posts here. Now, I started watching it earlier this afternoon, and you know, one or two posts would come every hour or so, but it's been a whole bunch in the last half hour or so. And of course, in between, when it was getting too slow, they would put some kind of an opinion article up about, oh, how this is going to affect and what they actually could do and what his schedule is going to be like. In fact, they made a one of those diagrams like you see in a project, in a what do they call that? A project, the beginnings of a project, whatever like that. Travel to Atlanta, the bond agreement. Trump agreed to a $200,000 bond and other release conditions after his lawyers met with the Fulton County. I didn't know that you could agree to something like that. I always thought that they posted a bond and then you could pay 10% of it or whatever like that, get out, and then you'd owe the bail bondsman for the rest of your life or whatever. Back to New Jersey. Trump will return to New Jersey after his surrender. There are no expected events at his club upon his return. His team expects that it will be a quick trip. The processing. Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labatt has previously suggested he wants to treat all 19 defendants in the case. Pat Labatt. That's not... Oh, okay. All right. He's the county sheriff. All right. As other defendants would be treated, it's possible Trump could have his mugshot taken and be fingerprinted. Yes, I know Trump already left Fulton County. I'm just going through some of the steps that we're going through and things like that. I figured we would talk about it since it's actually literally breaking news, like just before my show goes off, or whatever you want to call it. Let's see. Trump mugshot. Let's see. In fact, there's memes on here and everything like that about people frantically refreshing, looking for that mugshot. There you go. I'm sorry, but Trump's mugshot. Don't know who that's. Harrison Floyd's, bro. That's crazy. AI is nuts. Yeah, see, that's not it. That's not the right tie. He's not wearing the right tie. Donald Trump at his next rally, and a supporter asked for his autograph on his mugshot. Yep, why not? Oh, some more AI. Okay. So a lot of people making it up, but I don't think that they did. Like I say, oh, that hurt. That hurt me, and I don't even have any. I wasn't expecting that. Leaked from the computer of the Fulton County Sheriff's Office. Now this actually would be more like it, but what's with the club or the spade on his cheek there? Stop circulating the fake Trump mugshot. Well, like I say, they use what do I usually call it? They used inconclusive language. They used the subjective language with it. He could get his mugshot. So in other words, they put it in your mind that here it comes, but it's not. They didn't take his mugshot. There's no reason to take his mugshot. Everybody supposedly they take a mugshot for identification. Who doesn't know this man? All right. Been advertising purebloodmedia.com on Benny Johnson channel as well. Great. That's awesome. Do it. Anyway, by any means necessary, as long as it's lawful. Although it doesn't seem to matter on the other side. And of course, that song, well, you see my mantra up there. Up on top of me here. In fact, I think Jordan Peterson put it how did he put it? He said, make sure that your kids are terrible and then have them control it, or have them make sure that your kids or yourself is fierce, but you know how to control it, but you have the capability. So if you want peace, you've got to be ready for war. And I was going to say, there's so many people warning us about it right now and everything like that. But again, mostly on the internet, it gets to the point of where no matter what side it's on, it's all propaganda. It all ends up being propaganda. Everybody wants your attention at that point. Millions and millions of people, watch me, watch me. All right. Like I say, don't forget to support the pilgrimage and help them out. Like I said before, they were prepped for the journey, but they weren't prepped for the unexpected car trouble and all that other stuff and everything like that. And of course, he's got a diesel, which the gas money was a little bit unexpected as well too. I think they showed one of their fill-ups was like $5 or $6 a gallon or something like that for diesel. Regular gas doesn't even cost that much. And of course, you wouldn't expect the diesel to leave you on the road like that, but que sera, sera. Somebody's either protecting them or trying to keep them from something. Could be either one. If they are meant to be there, they'll get there. And it seems like they're not giving up, so that's a good sign. So I appreciate that. Rah rah to you guys. Somebody might tell everybody that I'm broadcasting too, and I'm advertising this. So, and if you like, I can check in with what they're saying and everything here. I actually wasn't really expecting to. Well, nobody was expecting this, what was going on and everything like that. They got, yeah.
What? Kelly. Ambush, come here. I can't hear you. What?
All right, I'm gonna check in the chat here. Let them know that I'm here.
Okay.
All right, I said okay. I'm checking in on my live show. How is everything going?
It's like my fucking legs don't know how to work. Ambush, come on.
All I can hear is Tweak talking to his dogs. Let's see, we got Raynoth, 451 Actual, Oomtown, Young Boy. Let's see. I can't tell. Not me B. Super Trucker, and I see Tweak down there. Doesn't look like too much is going on. Tweak, don't destroy that car too, dude. Oh, well, it sounds like they have their own car. Or they have the rental car. Why is no one speaking? They're just...
Sandstone. Dried up. Got crystal salt in there. Minerals.
Alright, dude, are you getting ready to, like, lick it or something?
No, it's not petrified wood. Let's see if this is salt, eh?
Technological difficulties, says Salty Tuna. I knew it!
No.
How did I know he was gonna eat that shit?
Silica.
Gonna have to get back to my fresh butter. Talk to you about it later. Awesome flavor. Awesome flavor. Yes. You know what? I told myself I was gonna open the phone lines, and I didn't. I just opened the phone lines. I'm actually now... I didn't get a chance. I mean, this was so brand new, and it was just breaking when I called on there, so I didn't want to go too much into the small talk before I got to it.
Oh, pack a dinger full of dirt.
That sounded like... That sounded like Raynoth. Okay, so...
How am I feeling? Like an old beat up tire? Come on. Callie.
I was gonna say we're watching Tweak walk around the desert at the moment and eat rocks. So yes. Such an adventure. Build a fire or something. I'm just kidding. Anyway, like I say, you see his chat thing, his money thing there. So if you feel so inclined to help them out, like I say, they're not quite stranded, I don't believe. Right? About to hit the road. Gonna be up in God's... Okay, they're talking to each other. Okay. Alright, I'll check in with them in a little bit. I'll keep them up right there. Okay, what were we talking about? Alright, I now have a way to check in with them live while they're on their adventure. It's actually getting a little dark here, but I'm hearing a little thunder. Hallelujah. I'm hoping that it'll be more than just noise. We'll get a little bit of rain. We've been needing it. My husband's actually been watering. It's as if we are commentating on the sport of politics, which actually just ends up being a soap opera most of the time, and more and more being run by, I wouldn't say literal toddlers, but they sure act like them. They sure do act like toddlers. The only thing I don't see in a lot of cases, and actually in one or two it is still prevalent, is I'm gonna go tell my daddy on you. You remember that, right? Anybody with kids or anybody that used to be a kid. Buffering. Ah, you're the only one that's mentioning that. No, they're all over there on the other channels watching Tweak eat rocks. Like I say, I'll check in with them too, because we're like I said before, we're the purebloods are on a pilgrimage, if you will. It's actually become a pilgrimage now. It's become the Tweak and Tom show, which actually I just see Tweak. I don't even see Tom in there anymore. But both of them seem rather perturbed, and rightly so. Again, people get diesels because they don't usually break down, and they're usually easier to fix too when they do break down. So yeah, I see a little bit of I do see a little bit of buffering on Odysee, as always. I can't imagine why. Everything else is running really great. Hello, Hallie. Welcome to the show. Of course, we're following we were following and talking about the fourth and probably not final indictment where Trump gets arrested yet again, basically fingerprinted. In fact, there was a bunch of people talking about that there's no way he was 215 pounds, that they just asked him that. So obviously they did some of the stuff that you would do, but there's still, I don't see any, I did nothing wrong, Trump says after being arrested and released from jail. They act like they act surprised that he would say that. Like no other person that's ever been accused or actually been guilty has never said that. In fact, isn't the old saying, the jails are filled with innocent people? Where'd that come from? The Shawshank Redemption? Something like that. But yeah, it's almost as if after all of this, they expect him to stand in front of the press, God and everybody, and admit that he did something wrong. When A, he didn't, not according to these 97 wild ass stories that have been made up about this shit. And B, you don't do that. You don't do that, especially if you have to go to court afterwards. Usually especially with people that are this well-known, famous and everything like that, you don't talk about what's going on, because that can mess up your trial. Of course, you know, they keep saying, oh, these are juries of his peers, and then you get a look at a couple of them, and it's like, this is what they think his peers are? These woke... Put it this way, that girl that was the foreman, originally, the original one that came out in Georgia, that was the foreman that wanted 60 seconds with Trump so that she could tell him, do you solemnly swear and know he's lying and all that shit. And it was like, and I'm thinking to myself, oh wow, uh-oh. Took me offline over there on Kick. Let's see what's going on here. Dun, 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 dun. It says I'm broadcasting. Let's see if just a plain and simple... Oh, I'm back. How crazy was that? That must have been them. It wasn't me. Everything, I have green lights everywhere. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. Although I'm not, though. Like I say, thanks to my listeners, I was actually able to grow and finally I finally got all of my equipment installed and everything like that. So so far I've been able to add one platform, which is Kick. Welcome to all my followers over there on Kick. If you're new with me, I am a 1A advocate. I like aardvark better. I'm a 1A aardvark. I think I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. Aardvark. 1A all the way with an aardvark on my shirt. And that's how toddlers say advocate. I don't know. Just something I can't... Put it this way, it was a slip of my tongue yesterday. And it just sounded good. 1A aardvark. I aardvark for the First Amendment. And of course, this is especially why I've been wanting to do talk shows. The politics, the censorship. I refuse the censorship. Let's see. I'm watching the updates on here. There it is. There it is. He actually did have a mugshot. No shit. All right. It's finally one time they actually used subjective language and they were spot on with it. So yeah, there's the mugshot. There it is. Actually, that was the original. It was already released on Twitter here. Let's see. In fact, you probably see. Yep, there it is. Yeah, he don't look too happy right there, does he? He doesn't look too happy. In fact, that I don't know. How can we review this? Is anybody still even here? I know everybody's watching this guy, Tweak Eat Rocks. I'm not sure why, but okay. Yeah, okay, I see 4 people. We love our lurkers. I am trying to oh, okay, limited access. Lizzie Longtoes, welcome to the show. She's over there on Rumble. That's also one of the reasons why I do stream on more than one site. Because you just never know which one's going to go down, which one's going to get attacked next, etc., etc. My next goal, I was going to say I'm having a little bit of trouble, and I haven't had a chance to talk to Private Space Pirate Yvonne yet about tweaking it out. He's the one that got this equipment and everything for me. It's all put in now. Sorry I was so slow, but that's just me. I'm not going to start something unless I can finish it, especially when it comes to the computer, because I knew how long it was probably going to take for me to tweak it, and I still, every once in a while, will have a flash, a clash, something. So not everything works just plug and play either. So, but yeah, there's your mugshot. That's what we've been sitting here waiting for. I love being able to break news as far as that goes. I've got a few other things to show you, but I figured that nobody else was going to want to talk about anything else except for what's going on here. And of course, I've been watching some of these live feeds for most of the day. Actually, this is something that they don't want you to see. Come on. Let's see, I'm buffering again. And on Odysee. Yeah, I guess I'm starting to overdrive everything. Yeah, these people don't look like white middle-aged people to me. These were people that were standing outside. In fact, you see their handwritten sign, Republicans are not racist. I guess these people must be Republicans, or at least Republicans for now. Let's else is going on? I was watching this live. They've already taken... Well, like I say, everything was going on. They actually had... There was one that was just a camera that was set onto the entrance right there. And then there was a few people standing there. Okay, they already closed that one out. That was a live one that was just standing there looking at them. Looks like Rumble already closed out their live feed of it. One thing I was going to talk about also, too, was the debates and everything last night. I mean, I know that a lot of people didn't watch this, and I know that I did a live feed with when the president dropped, or when Trump dropped his Tucker review or whatever it is, or Tucker actually dropped it, the interview. 5 minutes before the debate started, and of course I couldn't resist. The guy said that this is a fake AI mugshot. The real one is supposed to come out tomorrow. So why did they let everyone else's out today? Mom said to tell everyone hello. Hi, Lizzie's mom, famous friend mom. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here. But one of the things I wanted to do, and this was actually one of the things I was doing last night too. It's not something that you have to prove, but it's actually one of the easiest things to prove, is the difference between Fox News, which this is actually this was the only free live feed of the debates, and I actually did watch them again, and of course I've seen all the clips. Mark Dice was the first one that got on there with a bunch of the clips and everything like that. I think these guys stay up and like they sleep, like they like go to sleep after they've done their video and uploaded it and scheduled it, because he's so early in the morning, and he lives in California, so that means it's even earlier in the morning there. So I guess he wants to be on Eastern time by 7 o'clock. But one of the things I did compare between the two was the amount of viewers. Now, I don't know how many people actually paid to watch this. I don't have any kind of statistics on any of the paid things, because most of the stuff that you could see this on, the debates on, were paid, but behind a paywall. They partnered, I guess you could say, with Rumble, but at this particular point right now, I'm doing this live. This is live. Right up to right now, let me refresh it just to make sure. But most of these sites now have the constant moving of say. But right now, as of right now, it is 7:44 p.m. Central Time. The debates had 1.71 million views. I guess that's pretty good. Considering that it's free and it was on Rumble. There's a lot of people still don't know nothing about Rumble. You couldn't find it. I don't think you could find it on YouTube. I don't think I found it on YouTube. Now, of course, well, I didn't live feed it. Steven Crowder live fed it. Black Conservative live fed it that I know of, because I watched him afterwards. But Tucker Carlson at the same time, at 1 minute later, 245 million. 245.1 million. And of course, I counted up as we were going along that night. In fact, an hour and a half into the debates, was it an hour and a half? No. Well, I was going to say, this only lasted for 46 minutes, so about a half an hour. Okay, I'm terrible with time. About a half an hour into the debates, they still hadn't hit 250,000 yet. Actually, they hadn't hit 200,000 yet, or 300,000 yet, or something like that. But at that point, I think I read like 87 million or something like that by that time. So Fox News isn't making even a fraction of the viewership that Tucker Carlson is. And of course, I mentioned this last night, was the fact that supposedly I'd read somewhere, and I'm still hearing that Fox had called Trump, or had begged Trump not to go to the debates, and he's like, I don't need you guys. And of course, like I say, I actually did watch the debates. I couldn't resist. And of course, even just watching them side by side while Trump was talking, calm. In fact, I didn't even see him use his hands that much. He's usually using his, he's got the, the hands and everything like that. And he everything was calm, cool, collected, because Tucker was trying to get him riled up by asking him some questions. Wanted to know about Jeffrey Epstein. Did that happen on his watch? That happened on his watch, I think. Fair question. Trump didn't really want to get into it, which I don't blame him, because that wasn't, I don't think that was his doing. It was on his watch, but it wasn't up to him. Barr's the one that was supposed to be in charge of that, whatever like that. And according to Tucker, he read his book, he lied in his book, which, big surprise. Big surprise. Every time I hear the fact that some politician or some person up in Washington or trying to get power or everything like that lied, it's not a surprise to me anymore. I just, I get Droopy's baggy eyes like, yeah, okay, what else is new? I didn't believe you anyway, so I knew that beforehand. I was going to say, you lied to me about, put it this way, you lied to me about little things. I know damn well you're going to lie to me about big shit. And that tells me you don't love me. Because I'd rather have you hurt my feelings with a lie than to have you ruin or hurt my feelings with the truth than have you ruin my life with a lie. And that happens. It can happen. So, one of the things that caught my eye while watching it, while seeing about what everybody else is talking about, Vox, of course, had to stick their nose in here, and that's one of those things I just have to laugh at these lefties anymore, because they just pull shit out of their ass. They pull shit out of thin air. Trump's Tucker Carlson interview was a taste of the chaos to come. Now, as you say, I was just talking about how Trump's, it was literally like sitting back, having a beer, having a coffee, and a smoke with Trump, talking to him about this stuff. Even the stuff that sounded really controversial, he was calm, cool. He wasn't flipping his hands around and everything like that. And then you look at the debates. You can click through almost any of it. You either hear the audience booing or somebody cracking on each other and talking shit to each other and sloganeering. The sloganeering was just, in fact, a lot of people talked about whether or not, because Ramaswamy won. I'm going to start calling him Ramaswampy. I don't trust him. He Anomaly actually pointed some stuff out, but I've been actually seeing this thing come out to fruition that everybody wants to know who this skinny kid is. And to be completely honest with you, I don't know if anybody else has compared him to this, but after some of the things that I've seen with regard to him, he sounds exactly like Trudeau did, 20 years ago, whenever it was, or whatever it was when he first got elected. Oh, I'm going to protect your rights, and you're going to have great medical, and you're going to be able to carry guns. I'm never going to touch your guns, and I'm never going to... And all of a sudden, he's a dictator? A Soros plant, perchance, is what a lot of people are talking about as far as that goes. Although I can't see why they wouldn't think that. That was one of his mantras. These people do tell us what they do, what they're fixing to do, and what they want to do, quite often. And people, it's like, you don't believe these guys? But yeah. The most important moment of the night wasn't on the Republican debate stage, but they're going to call Trump chaos while everybody else. That's why I say flip down, upside downy, clowny world. Even Wikipedia has it. Mom loves your show, Laura, and your glasses. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I try to look a little different every time. I'm actually, I got to be honest with you, I'm surprised they're not knocking on my door yet, but maybe I'm not enough of a threat. The fact that I've only got 5 people watching me at this time on one platform, they're, she won't do nothing. Yeah, well, They may think that. Massage the butter. You're massaging your butter, are you? That sounds so dirty, but that coming from Limited Access, she is our resident prepper. She makes all of her own stuff homemade, mainly because of the fact that I had an aunt like this too. Anything that she didn't either grow herself or know the exact ingredients or have something special made for her, everything made her sick. Everything made... She couldn't eat hardly anything at all. Everything made her sick. Unless, like I say, she grew it herself. And even then, she had to be really careful. She couldn't eat certain herbs and spices out of the bottle, out of the can. She was allergic to onions. Yeah, so I understand completely. All right, the phone lines are open. Greetings, you're on the air.
Hi. Hi, Laura.
Hello.
Space Cowboy over here.
Space Cowboy, how are you tonight?
Oh, I am beside myself. I partake in alternative media a lot.
Yep.
Like I spend a lot of time on YouTube, watching, Tim Pool. I know everybody hates Tim Pool. He's getting better, though.
I don't hate anybody. In fact, Tim Pool was fun to watch Red Pill himself. He's still a little naive. But I don't hate anybody. I don't hate anybody. Everyone has some kind of worth, even if it's to show you what not to do.
Right, exactly. And another one is Sticks. I love Sticks. I've been watching Sticks for probably as long as I've been watching Salty.
Yeah.
I get my morning international opinion from Hexenhammer, and my evening
he's from Vermont, right?
Yeah, he's from Vermont.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say he lives overseas, but he's from Vermont.
Yeah, he's from Vermont. Absolutely, yes, yeah. I just the last few weeks of coverage, and it seems like a ramp up in the chats in certain areas have gotten a little bit excessive, we as conservative Americans pursuing justice under the Constitution, it seems like a lot of people are trying to go extra constitutional, have no reason for it, and I have to say that I am definitely one of those who demands the proper sentence for those who commit certain crimes.
Indeed.
I have suffered the criminal justice system multiple times, and I'm not the greatest person to throw out my virtues, because I have none. But over the last 5 years, 6 years, I have learned that the virtues you have today aren't the same virtues you had yesterday. And as I watch people commit much, much, much more serious crimes than I've ever committed in my entire life, crimes that actually affect not just one or two people, but millions of people, these people continuously get away with these crimes.
Yep.
And I don't know how this happens, because they're literally murdering millions of people across the planet in the last 4 years. And now they want to bring back that same. 2 years ago, a year ago, they were begging for amnesty for the crimes they committed against people with the lockdowns and masks and all that stuff, right? And now they want to bring that back. And it blows me away that human beings who watch them commit crimes against themselves, against the people, and then beg mercy, are now trying to commit the same crimes against us, and they expect us to bow down and back up and believe that they were right and we were wrong, even though a year ago they were like, we're wrong, please don't execute us for our crimes against humanity. I say we started executing them now. I don't know what else to say about it.
Well, we do have to put him through trial. We should at least do what they're doing to Trump right here. And like I say, this particular thing right here, they've just canonized him. This is another. This was something that you know they're trying real hard to change human nature, and it's just not working. They literally have made it okay to love criminals, to coddle criminals, to let criminals out. Yet they're criminalizing someone on our side and expecting us to hate him. It just doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. You guys have made it okay. Not to mention the fact that people aren't going to hate him anyway. They didn't hate him to begin with. There's probably not a whole lot you can do to make someone hate someone like that. Especially people that think for themselves. They don't actually listen to everybody else's fodder about bullshit just because you've got some kind of a beef with him or something like that. I believe a lot of these people that came out and like De Niro with the fuck Trump and all of those stuff. I guarantee you that there was some deal between the two of them, and De Niro got the short end of the stick and Trump got the better end of it. I guarantee you something like that happened. There was too many people out there that he either hated him like that was just like a talk about a phobia. These people seemed almost paranoid to the point of where he had to have something on them, on what they've been doing, because you know he's a billionaire. You know, it's not like as if they wouldn't try to get him in their club somehow or another, you know, get him initiated. Oh yeah, why don't you come and visit us here? So, and I would guarantee you that every politician before he got into politics was in his office, or one of their representatives was in his office seeking some kind of donation from him. So yes, he knows these people's secrets. Up in there. That's why I say he knows these people's secrets. He knows how this shit works. He's been dealing with these with fucking lining pockets with regards to real estate around the world since 1977. You don't think that he knows what these foreign leaders are thinking? You don't think in fact, he probably rents or sold to almost all of them. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, around the world, you can't build anything. He's the monster they're all afraid of. Yeah, well, that's what I say. Around the world, you can't build anything without lining a lot of the politicians' pockets over there. I want to say, I want to give a shout out over here to Deacon Bean Cooter. That's a tongue twister. He asked me, did I let it go gray naturally, transition via salt and pepper, or did I pull the plug and, so to speak, diet that beautiful white? Both, actually, both. I've actually haven't had to diet now in about a year and a half. So, so both. I started that way, but I didn't. It's natural now. So for the most part, until about from there down. But yeah, it's all going. I turned gray real early in my life. Laura, my beloved Irene,
she had the whitest blonde hair you ever saw, and when it started going silver, you couldn't see the difference, and by the time she was so sick that it didn't matter, she had the most silver hair, just like you have, and with just little pieces of blonde through it. And so, you know, you have gorgeous hair.
Thank you so much. Actually, my
Yes,
hairdresser
ma'am.
was kind of upset with me because of the fact that I told her, I said, I just want one color, just do it this one color, because I do have
Yeah.
the streaks and nothing, no color adheres
Right.
to them. I can't. That's the reason why I went ahead and just said fuck it. I went blonde, because I couldn't
Yeah.
because I was a redhead and I was trying to stay redhead, but then I would start getting. I got the first streak I got was a Bonnie Raitt streak. You remember that she's redhead with the with
I
the
remember
gray
that,
streak in the
yeah.
front. So that was the first streak that I had, and then it just got harder and harder and harder and harder to keep it red. So I just screwed it. I went blonde, and then eventually I'm not having to do anything anymore. I just used like a
You
purple
just- you just
shampoo to
have
keep
the
it
white
from
hair.
being yellow. Yeah, silver hair runs
Yeah.
in my family. Runs in my family.
Silver, yeah.
My dad's kind of
Yeah.
enamored of it too.
Uh,
So they call
That's
evil
awesome.
good and good evil.
just
Yes, Deacon
embrace,
Bean. Yes.
embrace your beauty, right? You know, God gave it to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say
And,
I can't take any credit.
Yeah.
I was
Anyway,
I was
just
born
wanted
this
to
way.
bring that out. You know that I think that
Sparky.
the right seems to grab on to. I mean, all humanity, we grab on to those who hold our dearest values dear, but then when it comes to establishing something that might be a little bit more outside of what we hold, we hold back on that, and I think that on the right, we are losing because we are refusing to stand our ground, and we have to stand our ground because we've already seen over the last 30, 40 years that not standing your ground leads to even more of the same issues that we had when we first started, 40 years ago. And I think that's why we are dealing with the things we're dealing now. We have to draw a red line, and we can't back up.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that they have trying to take away from us, and it's one of the reasons why they're trying to take God away from us as well, because actually God has given us that power, but they've actually convinced a lot of people now over the years that we don't have that power, that only they have that power, and it's not true. So we have to start convincing people at least of that. Otherwise, we won't. Nobody will.
Yeah.
Nobody will stand up anymore if they're convinced that they're not going to have that power anyway, and they've been convinced that the power that they actually do have is not there. People go along with beliefs a lot more than they do with a lot of things, even truth as far as that goes. You can tell by the way people talk to each other. You can tell by the way that a lot of people are talking about, oh, Trump needs to be locked up. He did this and he did that, and you hear them say this, and it's like, you've been listening to liars all your life, but you're not going to convince them of that.
It said bad things about Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Dadgummit.
In fact, they're trying now. This is how hypocritical they are as well too. They were all mad about the lock her up thing, but it's like now they're saying, nah, this has been turned around on you. Yeah. It's like, just wait. And of course they have to.
Well, I mean,
I can't
if
believe
you
how many.
commit an actual crime.
Yeah, well, I can't believe how many people actually think that this is okay. In fact, I don't hear anybody. This is another thing I can't understand either. I'm not real sure why this has happened, but I can remember when I was in school, you know, like the Pee Wee Herman thing and everything like that. I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? You know, rubber glue and all that other stuff. Nobody says that shit anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? You'd like to see him in jail. I'd like to see you in jail. How would you like that? And usually that shuts them up faster than anything else. You can always turn that kind of shit around on these people. But I don't see anybody ever tweet it. I was like, how would you like to be in jail for what he was accused of falsely? How would you like it? You know, they don't have an answer for you then, but nobody asks those questions anymore.
I don't ever tell them that stuff. I just like state to them, well, you know, Hillary Clinton, John F. Kennedy, you know, every Democrat since, you know, the 1960s have done basically the same thing as Donald Trump and his team did. The Supreme Court has ruled that a president who's sitting is unsurmountable. He's acting as a president of the United States, and you can't sue him or charge him with the crimes he committed unless you impeach him. Well, they tried twice.
Right.
He's not impeached, like he was impeached. But people don't realize that an impeachment is an indictment. Indictment doesn't mean shit.
Right, it's just an accusation.
Right, yeah, it's just an accusation. It doesn't mean shit until you go to court and you convict it. Well, Donald Trump was never convicted.
Not yet.
And I'm pretty sure that Biden, if he was brought up on his charges, which are much more extensive, previous to his presidency, he would be convicted, and possibly, if you had a decent jury who was actually looking at the facts, he might be hung for treason. Because Biden committed treason.
Yeah,
he
he
even
did.
admitted it on TVZ.
Yeah, he did.
He admitted it. He said, I have sold state secrets. That's treason. Period.
You know, the fact that
There is
he
no
withheld
treason.
money and extorted what he was doing when he admitted that too. Well, son of a bitch, he got fired.
Right.
So yeah,
Oh, yeah,
these,
when he
But this
did
is-
the
this
thing
is
with
what tells you
the
these guys think that they're
prosecutor in
untouchable.
Ukraine, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, they do. And it's only because they're not being hung for their crimes.
Right.
So
Well,
it's
whose
time
fault
to
is that?
hang them.
I want to know whose
yeah,
fault that
that's-
is. Obviously, these people don't represent us anymore.
Right. They don't. And they haven't. For, hey.
I don't
the
know.
last person who was hung for treason were two Russian nationals who became citizens because they turned against Russia in the 1950s, and I think they were executed in 2001 or 2002 after sitting in prison for 30 years or whatever because they were convicted of treason. Yeah, the last two people in the United States who were actually convicted for treason weren't even American citizens. They were a husband and wife.
I
Russian.
can't remember that story.
Yeah. It's time we start hanging Americans for treason. Because there are Americans who are committing treason, and it's not Donald Trump. Donald Trump isn't committing treason. It's basically the Democrat Party. And, well, 90% of the Republican Party.
Well,
I don't know. I think we should hang them all on their White House lawn or on their own house lawn. Hang them on their lawn and leave their bodies to rot.
Well,
and
we
anybody
have
who
to.
touches them
We
gets
have to
shot
have
and hung
trials.
there, too.
We have to have trials first. Like I say, we got to
Yeah.
do. We got to do the
well,
same
unless
thing
we
that
go
they're
to
doing
civil
here.
war, if we go to civil war, we don't need a trial.
That's true.
I mean, like literally, if we if we decide that we're not, if we decide we're in the Declaration of Independence state of refusal, we don't need a trial to hang them for their treason. All we need is the fact that they're treasonous, and we all know it, and, that's how it happens. When we have a civil war, war doesn't start because somebody's, making mean tweets. War starts because somebody says, I'm not going to put up with this any longer.
Well, another reason,
I've had enough.
Yeah, I was going to say another reason also, too, like I say, he's turning the tables on him, too. Like I said before, they all have probably been in his office for money, donations, whatever like that. And the thing is he's turned the table on him because he doesn't need their money.
Right, he doesn't.
He can't be bought.
I mean, he already wasted a crap ton of money on it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, just getting elected in 2016, he spent, $800 million.
Yeah, well, they keep telling us that he's the only president ever that has ever lost money. I mean,
as a president.
Look at Obama. He's got how many houses now? Five or six houses. He flies around on a private jet all the time, and So, although I gotta say, all of them have these humongous entourages. I watched that live thing as they were going into the gate of the Fulton County Jail there, and I counted at least 30 cars, plus 2 ambulances and a medic. It looked like a medic car. It was yellow and red.
For Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that.
Biden has that same kind of entourage too. Earlier, but yeah, well, Biden has that actual same kind of entourage too.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, Biden's president now.
Yeah.
He's been working 40 years to get that entourage.
So yeah, good old Trump. Well, he don't look too happy
I shouldn't say working. Biden's been working the people of Delaware. Like a chimpanzee in wintertime to get that point, but he definitely didn't earn it. I mean, Biden is one of the biggest, nastiest, corrupt. I didn't think that the Democrats could put up a more corrupt piece of garbage than Hillary Clinton.
Actually, it's kind of funny.
And they did.
I just came up.
They literally did. They put up a bigger piece of garbage than Hillary Clinton, which is not Barack Obama, because Barack Obama wasn't nothing.
No, not compared to her. No.
Joe Biden he's got a pile of garbage behind him.
I was gonna say it's funny. It's funny. They actually made now that I think about it, now you said something just sparked in me. Now that I think about it, it's like they actually couldn't have made a better team because he lied all the way to the top and she laid all the way to the top.
Oh yeah, exactly. And well, I don't think Kamala Harris is gonna make it through the next year at all. I don't even know how that woman even made it there.
Well, I was gonna say like I told you, she laid her way all the way to the top. She was Willie Brown's beach, and she went from there. What was it? Something else that sparked. I forgot. It went right out of my right out of my old brain. But yeah, I was gonna say it is time for something to happen. Everything, usually there's always there's supposedly a suspected gunman in Orange County. Is that Orange County, Texas? Is that Orange County, Florida? Is that Orange County, California? I'm looking at the live feed here from Live Now from Fox. Fulton County. It says on all eyes on Fulton County, but it's not. That's all done and everything like that. In fact, I noticed that now that his mugshot is released, CNN Politics is not posting anything else on this live feed that they had going on all day. So there's Fox Live. I was reading, when you called, I was reading this article by Vox talking about basically the same thing. What was it? Somebody said that when I read the headline, Deacon Bean says they call evil good and good evil. Basically, they're saying that Tucker's interview with Trump was more chaotic than the shit show that was the debates last night. I mean, one of the good things about that was I enjoyed very immensely that almost every time Chris Christie spoke, everybody booed him. Although, you know, all the people in the audience, they weren't any of the American people or anything like that. These were all these people's donors.
Right. Well, nobody likes Chris Christie. That's the thing. Like, nobody likes him. I think a lot of the money that's being pumped into his thing is the Uniparty, like way more money into his campaign than Pence, because Christie is way much Uniparty. But if you just look at his governorship of New Jersey. Mm-hmm. What did we have? Bridgegate, right? When he shut down the bridge to New York.
Oh, right.
At the beginning of the pandemic, and then 2 weeks later, he got busted on the beach, Beachgate. He got busted on the beach with cops everywhere.
Eating hot dogs.
And nobody else was allowed on the beach except Chris Christie and his family.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy should be put up against the wall and shot. Fuck that dude. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, actually, the funniest part about him is, let's see, how was I gonna put this? I think that they're using him as a wrench in the works of this thing. Also, too, he doesn't have any problems attacking Trump, which is what they want and what they love. But also, too, I think that he's using this as an audition for one of these news shows, like CNN or MSNBC or something like that. I don't think he's running to win. I think he's running because they're paying him to, and this is also an opportunity for him to become a talking head.
I think Ramaswamy is the only one who's actually running for real. The rest of them are all doing the same thing.
I'm sure.
Exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
They're looking for somewhere in one of these high-paying jobs for the MSM. The only one that seems to me that actually has any kind of actual real point is Ramaswamy, but you know, he still seems to me like a 100% uniparty. Take the guns.
Well, like I say, I think he's a Soros plant. Even though they're trying really, really, really hard to hide it, he literally at this particular moment has the same MO as Trudeau did. If you follow his campaigns and anything like that, Trudeau was all about, I'm so freedom. This is what he, we got to do this, and you got to get your medical, and I'm never going to touch your guns, and all this other. And then when he got in there, he little by little turned into a fucking dictator. Look what he did to the truckers. Look what he did for COVID. Look what he's doing now. They're trying to oust him. He's so bad now.
Oh yeah, I just saw something earlier today where the
same MO.
They're saying like 62% of Canada's elected officials, MPs and stuff are like Trudeau needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, but it's the same thing. if you tell the people what they want to hear, they will put you in front and then support you until you take away all the rights that you said you would protect,
Right.
and then start arresting them.
Well, yeah, I was going to say,
And
then he
so,
started in the,
you know,
well, we're going to do
don't
this for
trust
your
those fuckers.
protection. We're going to start doing this for your protection. I'm only doing this for your protection.
Right.
Like I say, they got him in there. He got in there with the freedom. I'm going to take real good care of you guys, and everything's going to be hunky-dory. Same age, too, 28, 29. Like I say, he's got the exact same to me, he's got the exact same MO as Trudeau and also Macron. All about the, I'm going to make sure that you guys are taking care of law and order first and all this other and everything like that. And then he started creeping in with the, we're just going to do it this little bit here for your safety, for your benefit. And that's how they snake in there. That's how they snake in there.
When somebody tries to rob you or your family and you defend yourself, they put you in prison and let the fucking robber go.
Right.
Like, hey, you're not protecting me. They're criminals. They're all criminals.
Well, that's why I say they promise you the
Anybody
world.
who tells you, any 5'8" dude who weighs 165 pounds who tells you they're going to protect you against a violent attacker with no gun is lying through his dick. Period.
Yep. Yep, but I was going to say,
Only you can protect you.
They act so compassionate, and then they tell you these stories about these poor kids and how they're victimized, this and that and the other, and it's always somebody else's fault. It's always, in fact, like I say, the same thing with all of these stars and everything like that. One of the reasons they can't, oh my God, I can't figure out why we're shut down, why nobody wants to pay us money, nobody wants to our entertainment anymore. Well, that's what you get for biting the hand that feeds you. You're there. Your literal job is to be there when we want to escape, when we need a good story, when we need to get away from all of the actual pressures in life. And you're going to sit there and have us pay you to wag your finger at us and tell us how bad we are because we don't agree with whatever politics you are. You are an entertainer. You are supposed to be entertaining us. If I wanted a lecture, if I wanted to pay for a lecture, I'd go back to school. And that shit ain't happening.
I go watch Jordan Peterson.
Yep.
Like if I wanted to lecture from somebody about being a good human being, I go watch Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, and even he doesn't talk down to you. Like he's better than everybody else.
He's just like, do you do this kind of thing in your life? Then stop doing that.
Right.
That's what he says.
Right.
He's like literally like, make your bed. Clean your house. Those are like basic humanity. I should listen to those too because my bed is a mess and my house is dirty.
Well, I was gonna say the creatives get a pass.
Yeah.
I'm too busy creating to have a tidy home.
I need an old lady to keep it clean for me and beat me in the head to make sure I wash my socks.
Oh.
Like,
is
seriously.
this shirt too dirty? Wear one more time.
Right. I mean, otherwise I'd walk around in a bloody frickin' hide that I just got off the rabbit I ate. Because I'm
you're a Viking then, eh?
Yeah, I'm kind of uncivilized human being, so, But I know that people have the right to be people so long as they're not trying to, stop other people from being people, or they're not trying to enslave other people who are weaker than them. That's kind of funny coming from a Viking descendant who's also Native American descendant who,
That's space cowboy,
historically
Sparky.
practiced slavery. You know.
Yep.
Oh, is Sparky in there?
He just asked me who was talking. That's you.
Oh, it's me. It's me, Sparky, cowboy. But we have a decision to make as Americans, and it was a difficult decision 5 years ago, 6 years, 7 years ago, but it shouldn't be that difficult today. We have seen the results of the game that's being played upon the American people in 2020, and the fact is that if you can't see those results, if you can't see the fake result, the fake. I mean, look at Trump. His Tucker broadcast last night produced 180 million views.
Yeah, just last night, but it's almost up to almost 250 million now.
Is it?
Yeah.
See, I mean, come on. Can we get anything more than this? We have teenagers and kids watching it now, right?
Let's hope so.
There's only 370 million people in the United States, and only 125, 130 million are actually over 18.
Mm-hmm.
So either people are watching it over and over again, or we have young not young, but teenagers watching this, people who aren't citizens, people who aren't registered voters, who aren't of age in the United States, watching this. It's I don't know. It's very similar to the 2020 election. It just seems like this time it's so much more overwhelming than it was then, that there's no way that they can ignore. If Donald Trump loses in 2024, there's no way to ignore that. There's no way to ignore the fact that Donald Trump had way, I mean, magnitudes higher interaction, positive interaction than Joe Biden. I don't think that there can be any way they could steal this election.
Well, I gotta be honest with you. I think that's,
blatant.
I think that's where a lot of the censorship came in, because like I said, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I think I mentioned this, and I looked at it. There's actually still black folks. I'm starting to they're starting to become more prevalent on YouTube and stuff like that. And a lot of them are waking up and they're talking about this stuff. I'm watching a lot of the walkaways and everything like that. And more of them are just now hearing what he said during his campaign to Charlemagne the God.
Right.
That's what I think. They're just now hearing that 3 years later. They're just now hearing that.
Right.
And Charlemagne the God is one of their people. You know what I'm saying? He's on the Democrat side, and he can't stand Trump and all that other and everything like that. And Joe Biden, in fact, Larry Elder let him have it. And this is another thing that I had a problem with too. Why wasn't Larry Elder up there on that stage instead of those two governors that nobody's ever heard of before? I know he qualified. He wasn't real happy about not being put up there. Hey, American Dream, welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here. Where was I?
Dream,
I lose track.
Oh, I gotta say hi to Sparky too. Sparky's a homie.
Yep. Oh, but I was gonna say, put it this way, you were saying that, anybody by now, if you're not even a little bit even suspicious by now, you either just are in that cult on that side, believing everything that they tell you and everything like that, or you're just ignorant. You either have a problem or everything's okay with you and you're not noticing, but more than likely it's because of the fact that they're telling you this stuff. And the weird part about human nature in some cases is if you're told these things, you are going to go out and see them. Especially if they're told them long enough and you start believing them, you're going to think that any little altercation is racist. You're going to look for it everywhere and find it everywhere. I mean, that's just human nature. So yeah, you can tell by talking to people who they listen to.
Right. Yep. Definitely. Oh, Sparky, I'm watching the chat here on my Roku. Sparky said, "Cowboy is a good man. If I get a farm going, he's gonna help me run it."
Hey, he's gonna put you to work, eh?
I'm a farmer. I grew up a farmer. I'm a framer. I'm a framer because I can't be a farmer. Being a farmer costs a shit ton of money to buy land and all that stuff, but a framer only costs enough to buy a hammer and a nail.
Limited Access says, people aren't stupid now. Even my kids can see the fog from the smoke. Yeah, I'm actually seeing my older nephews. Now, my oldest nephew, he's always been a bookworm, and he's always been real smart about this stuff. He usually stays out of it, but he's pretty based when it comes right down to it. My middle nephew, he's a little bit more, well, put it this way, he liked Fetterman. Okay, if that tells you anything. I kept asking him, I said, and the thing is I asked him, I said, have you no empathy at all? Can't you see how sick this man is?
Yeah.
He said, well, yeah, before the stroke and everything like that, but he's going to come back. I mean, he had every confidence. He says, oh, yeah, but I mean, before the stroke and everything, but he's going to come back. They keep telling us he's going to come back. Well, no, he hasn't ever come back. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if they actually gave him the stroke.
He's gotten worse.
Yes.
Yeah, he's gotten worse.
Yes, he's been hiding. They've been hiding him.
Which is,
but even before that.
That's like 50% of stroke victims get worse after a stroke, not better.
But, especially since they don't let him rest. He hasn't had any rest. He hasn't really had any decent therapy. And actually, by the time he did get therapy, I think it might have been too late. You only got a certain amount of time before that shit ruins you completely.
Those people around him, just like the people around Joe Biden, they should all be convicted of abuse of a person at risk.
Oh yeah, really?
Because they're at risk.
Yeah, I noticed that they sent the wifey.
Put in those positions.
Yeah, I noticed that they sent the wifey and kids away for a while too, which means they didn't want even them to know what they were doing with him. Right. But she went. She didn't have any qualms of going. She left him. So yeah, no. Yeah. Such family values, and of course, have you seen the picture of them? In fact, there's a meme out there with the picture of his family, the new Addams family.
Oh yeah.
So, and of course, it's another case of.
I've seen that.
Yeah, and it's another case of no respect. Have you seen the way they dress? I mean.
Yeah.
Geez, even the Kardashians have the wherewithal to go to the salon and everything like that if you're gonna be famous. But like I say, yeah, my nephew, even before, and of course, if I remember correctly, Fetterman was all for abortion up to the date of birth, women's choice, no matter what.
Right.
In fact, he even went as cringy enough to call himself Fetter Woman. I'm like, nah.
Yep, he did that.
Nah.
Fetter Woman.
Fetter Woman.
But what is the woman? Wait a minute.
Hey, you're looking at one. I don't care what everybody else says. You're looking at one.
What a woman was?
I don't think they did.
I bet he couldn't answer the question.
Yeah. Or wouldn't. As a typical politician, he probably wouldn't. Although, what did he do before? Wasn't he like a football player? That guy was gargantuan.
No, he was, he was a mayor of a small town in Pennsylvania. And, but he came from, his family was fairly wealthy.
Well, that's not a
so
surprise.
that's what supported him. Yeah, that's what supported him through all the last 15 years or whatever his public persona was, the wealth of his family, and he can walk around in a tattered hoodie and pretend like he was a politician. Actually, he actually pretended to be a really good Democratic politician. Doesn't know shit.
Well, then it wasn't an act then.
Right, yeah, it wasn't really an act. He was just basically being a Democrat, and I think that's why they liked him so much. I mean, he's like Joe Biden 2.0, only 0.20.
Only younger.
Or something.
Which they can tout.
Yeah. He's younger.
Yeah, the poor man doesn't even know what I-95 is anymore or anything, and that's right, like in his
Right,
district and stuff. So yeah, I feel bad. Actually, to be honest with you, the way that things are going and the fact that nobody takes any pride in their work anymore, I get a little paranoid whenever I go over a bridge or an overpass these days.
Well, I just did a few hours of work yesterday for a VOTEC program here in the county that's teaching kids who are obviously not going to get to college how to frame, right? I'm a framer. I've built houses most of my life, and I worked at agriculture the other part of my life because I grew up in an agriculture community. But so my company is right now silently partnering with the county to provide instruction and material to help support a VOTEC program, a framing program for underserved children, teenagers, obviously.
Great.
You can't use a hammer or
Everybody's.
a saw.
We're always going to need places to live, cars to drive, and funeral homes.
Right. Yeah, you gotta teach the kids how to build stuff if you expect them to build stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Like, otherwise you're gonna end up with a cat in the hat house that doesn't even stand for 5 years. You gotta teach people how to do the job.
Yeah,
right,
everybody will be living in tents.
And yeah.
Although
so
nobody knows how to sew anymore
happy.
either. I get a lot of people surprised that I can do some of the fabric arts. Those are important too. Everybody's gonna need clothes.
I have a really expensive comforter that was part of a set that cost like $600-700.
Ouch.
My wife and I, Irene and I, slept under that comforter for 5 years before I went to prison, and then when I came back, she was dying of cancer. Well, she was already had problems with cancer before I went away, but I slept under that thing for the last 2 years, and I finally had to wash everything, and I want to cut the woven tapestry style piece off the top of it, and sew something to it just so I can keep it, because memories and stuff. I've called a couple of seamstresses here who advertise, and they're like, oh, that's way too big, I don't know if I can do that or whatever. And it's like, dang it, come on. Then I find somebody who's got any balls. It's not that hard. It's like a queen size comforter, and I can bring it to you with the top. The top is like totally tapestry, right? It's freaking really thick. It's all woven. It's got this really cool patterns on it.
Yeah, I would expect something custom like that would be a little expensive, because they have to be careful with it, and more than likely, if someone does that properly, they're not going to just cut it. They're going to undo each one of the stitches so that it doesn't, so that you're not, so it doesn't fray and stuff like that. So yeah, that takes a long ass time, man.
I already did that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I already cut it away from the muslin underneath.
Right.
The muslin bottom part. Yeah, I already cut it away from that. It's just a big, giant woven piece of cloth now with fringes on it. It's got fringes on it, which is kind of cool. But I'll find somebody that'll fix it for me. Right now it's folded up and stored away. But I don't know. Maybe I should just let all that shake off. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna meet a lady like Irene. I got lucky my whole life. I finally met a woman who loves me, and even though she's gone, I don't want to let that go. I'd rather be alone than go through the hell I went through with so many relationships, to find somebody who can just be like, you know what, I love you. You're an asshole, but I love you, and I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to be here for you. But that's the way she was, and I feel lucky.
Loyal people are very, very hard to find, and there's no such thing as luck. You were blessed.
Yeah.
No such thing as luck. No such thing as coincidence. You were blessed.
Yep.
Embrace that. Remember it, and keep working with it. She would want you to. She would want you to keep keeping on, right?
Right. Yeah. Well, she wanted me to find somebody else, but I was like, are you kidding me? After 30 years of trying to find somebody else, I never did until I found you.
Yeah.
You want me to spend another 30 years doing that?
I think she just wanted you to be happy.
So, yeah, I was happy with her.
She didn't want you to. I don't think she. I think she didn't also want you to feel guilty, like as if you were cheating on her or something like that. That really is a good person.
Yeah, she was awesome. She's a great lady, and I miss her. And
I didn't even know her, and I miss her. Just the way that you describe her, man.
She would have loved you.
Oh, you think so?
I'm telling you right now, Irene would. Yes, absolutely. She would have freaking loved you. She's like, this is my girl. Shut the hell up before I make her beat your ass. She's like 5 foot and 100 pounds, and the meanest frickin' Dutch woman you ever met. She's from Holland, and
oh yeah, you got to watch out for the shorties.
Yeah, she's awesome. Loved her to death. Miss her. Anyway, I gotta let you go. You're making me cry, or I'm making me cry, or something. I love you, Laura. Just know that every Thursday, I may not even say anything to you, but I watch your show. I love you to death.
I appreciate that. And I love you too, brother.
And give my love to Limited Access. She's savage.
Yes.
I love it that she comes on every week. And
she says she's a shorty.
Anybody else? Yeah, I could tell. I love the short girls. Always have. But
they can be fierce.
I love you, sister. Yes, they're tough and meaner than hell, and they raise good kids. So, but I love you. I love everybody here in the pond who's always here every Thursday, and I just wanted to come in and kind of put my little piece of the world here, and I hope more people will, pick themselves up and come out and call in on the Lord of Goddess show and speak their mind.
Yep.
Because
1A all the way.
The more people who come out and speak their mind, the more we can all get in tune and come together to defeat the insidious nature of the demonic attempt to usurp Christ and the world in which we live in and we've created. We don't have a choice in that. We either do it or we miss the harvest.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge harvest here in this day and age to bring so many people to Christ. And we start it by speaking to each other, speaking together, maintaining our voice in the wilderness, and it's a beautiful thing. I wish I had the gumption or the guts to do this more than once every month or so.
Well,
I
tell people
me.
this. Don't feel bad about that kind of stuff. Not everybody can't do everything, but everybody can do something. Even if it just seems that small, but that's how you come together, and you don't listen, you don't let the demons in, you don't let the naysayers in. But like I say, you can't do everything, but you can do something. And once a month call, that's cool with me. I'm actually surprised I'm getting any calls. I'm not as popular as some of the talking heads that I talk to or that I view and everything like that. I'm actually thankful. I feel like I'm doing my part, and I try to work harder and harder at it, and I give all the glory to God. He's the only one that I feel that even allows me to do this. So,
Right. Yes, ma'am.
I'm sure that if I was supposed to be doing something
I agree
else,
with
I
you.
would be. Trump is back on Twitter? No shit. Or it's X now. The platform formerly known as Twitter. Let's see. I follow him on here. He should be on his the real Donald Trump. Sure enough.
Well, I'm gonna drop
He just
off.
he just posted 11 minutes ago. I love Thursdays. Thursdays everything drops. I get to like scoop everybody on Thursdays. I love it. But there it is. Mugshot, August 24th, 2023. Election interference. Never surrender. DonaldJTrump.com.
Never surrender. Never relent.
This is an historic
Amen,
moment.
sister.
Donald Trump back on X. Everybody even Styx said that he would be stupid not to come back to X or Twitter when it was Twitter. So there you guys go. Trump is back on Twitter. I'll be darned. Mr. Tizo, welcome. Thank you so much for that. Russian bot. See, so popular. No, I'm not really popular at all. I just do I feel like I'm doing my part. I don't have a lot of money. I don't have a lot of time, but I try to use my time wisely, and I try to give everything, to him, because that's that seems to be the only way I can, even people that I know that have done it, like Pastor Shadley and everything like that, I can always see the joy in their lives, even through the troubled times. And like this thing that's going on, this pilgrimage that's going on with Tweak and all of them right now. These guys are all have all gathered together, and like even though they were on what is it, Jitsi or whatever, like all of that and everything, they've all stuck with them throughout this whole ordeal. They've been up for 72 hours and they're live feeding it, and when they had car trouble, everybody got on there and started giving him advice and started donating money so they could get a rental car to go there or anything like that. So that's the America that I know. That's the America I remember. You know, and every now and again we tease each other, oh yeah, fuck you, this and that and the other thing like that, but the love never goes away, and it's never ever a hateful thing. So, Tweak O'Keefe. Like I say, I'm calling it the Tom and Tweak show. Yes, my music. That's actually. Oh, good night, dude. Or did you get cut off? All right. Well, thanks for calling anyway, Space Cowboy, and thank you for sharing about your Irene. I bet she was very special, and don't you ever forget her. That's not. I'm sure that's not in the cards for you. All right, another phone call. Hello, Zoot Cooter.
Oh my goodness!
All right, it's limited access.
Yeah,
you gotta mute me, babe.
I'm trying to shut off all my mess. Hello, Zoot Shooter.
You should mute me before you call.
Limited access. Oh well, I had to throw my speaker away because I don't know. Hey. Space Cowboy, you're awesome and everything, and oh god damn, you had some really awesome stuff to say. Hey, Space Cowboy, you're awesome.
I was gonna say
oh my god,
you gotta mute yourself. Mute me. That's not me.
Dude,
that's you echoing.
I threw my speaker away. I couldn't shut it off.
Oh,
it didn't want to shut off. I mean, I'm a boomer. I like you. I try to get stuff done and whatever. I'm listening to this stuff, and I might have to. I'm a boomer. Oh my god! All right, hold on just a second. Stuff done and whatever. I'm listening to. Yeah, wah. There we go. I shut it off. Yeah.
I love my Stream Deck. In fact, this is my impression of Joe Biden supporters.
What was great? That was great.
This is my impression of Biden supporters. That was actually my husband came up with that when he says, "Do you remember that Jim Brewer skit on Saturday Night Live where he played Goat Boy?" I'm like, "Yeah." So he goes, "Check that out." So that's actually him doing that. It's when he would be talking and he would start batting in the middle of stuff. That was hilarious.
Stay alive.
Yeah.
Stay alive. Yeah. Kind of how I'm thinking about it, eh? Anyways. Hey, yeah, I was massaging my butter.
I swear that sounds dirty.
I was so, oh my God, I was so stoked about getting 5 quarts of cream, heavy cream that was organic.
Nice.
Grass-fed. Blah, blah, blah. I don't give a shit. Anyways, it was awesomeness. And my high B had them for like 2 for like $3. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh yeah. And I'm like, hey, Mr. Tall Gal, guy, can you grab them down for me? Oh no, I want them all. It was a pain in the ass today to go ahead and make that butter, but oh my God! And I've been licking butter off my fingers all day. It was so delicious, so delicious.
Yep, I'll bet. Well, I just had a crash. Darn. That's okay. The show's almost over.
Oh yes, ma'am. And hey, I want to tell people, hey, if you can go to your local farmers markets and get some of the local stuff that's grown, wash it off and dehydrate it. You can dehydrate stuff in your oven even. You just have to, kind of prop the oven open up a little bit or whatever. But, I mean, anybody, just get a dehydrator. I wish I had one of them freeze dryer things, but I don't. I've got a couple of little dehydrator things, and I dehydrate things all the time. And hey, cowboy, fuck you. I love you. You took up all my damn time to talk about some stuff because I wanted to talk about some stuff that y'all were talking about, but I agreed with it, so there we go.
Okay.
A bitch? Anyways, I love him, and, I'm glad that he's in a good space right now.
Zootsuit Cooter says, Trump or nothing. Well, that was actually...
Yeah.
That was actually one of the things I wanted to point out too. This everybody was pointing out, and the question was, of course, they were real smart about it. They didn't actually start mentioning Trump until after his interview was over. I think they were watching and stuff like that. And of course, you always watch your competition. You always do. But
I watched your thing, and it was awesome. Thank you for putting that out.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. But the thing about the thing about it was one of the first questions they asked when they went to that segment was that if Trump actually does get convicted and goes to prison or whatever like that, are you going to still support him? And of course, Vivek Ramaswamy. He threw his hand up first. The people all on his right.
Ramaswamy he will maybe make VP. And
nah, Trump ain't gonna pick him for VP. I bet you Trump don't trust him. I bet you any amount of money Trump don't trust him. But yeah, nobody on that stage is gonna be picked for VP.
Ramaswamy, nigga, will go for VP because he's all about the Trump. He's all about the Trump.
Well, he
Whether
says he
or
is.
not it's like what do you call it?
He says he is, and if you notice, he's acting like Trump too.
Just, I've been watching him for like months now, and I don't know. I'm just not sure. I like him. I like him a lot. I don't want him to be president, per se.
I don't
want
him.
Trump.
Well, it's like I said before, he's got the same MO as Trudeau did when he first started out.
Yeah, and I've been looking at that too, and I'm like, but no, I don't think so. I really kind of don't think so.
Well,
but that's
I can't ignore the fact that he took a fellowship and a funding from a Soros company or whatever it was, a Soros organization.
Well, who hasn't?
And his excuse was, who wouldn't take that? Well,
other than Trump, who hasn't, my lady?
I don't know.
Other than
Trump. That's a big problem, then, isn't it?
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. I mean, I love my governor. Christine Nome is fucking awesome. Although I have relatives that I know personally that know her, and they're like, yeah, she's not as good as you think she is.
Yeah, well, put a camera in front of them, and they turn into whatever you want them to.
I love her, but yeah.
Well, nobody's ever going to be perfect. Nobody's ever going to be perfect, so everybody's going to have their flaws.
I'm perfect. I'm perfect. I'm perfect. I have been dehydrating stuff, and I have been, oh my God, that I got 5 quarts of cream for.
You said you've been
my
licking the
God.
butter. You've been licking butter off your hands all day.
Oh my
It
God,
sounds
I've
like
been
it made you
licking
very
my
high.
fingers all day long, dude. I've been licking
As I say,
all
it
day
sounds
long.
like it made you very high.
Uh,
She's high on cream, everybody.
It's awesome. I've been creaming my jeans, man. Oh, it's awesome. Awesome. I mean,
I guess
you know,
I guess you're saving those for your husband.
2 quarts for $3? Are you kidding me?
That's nice.
Really? $1.50 a quart? And although I have to say, my family are now raising cows and whatever, and I'm getting, you know, the eggs and all that now because,
Nice.
you know, we live in South Dakota, so everybody's trying to do what we can, and we're not stupid. We know what they're doing.
Right.
We know what they're doing. But
Okay, I know what happened.
hey, cowboy, I'm sorry. You sound so pathetic. I love you, brother. Just have to say
Yes,
that.
ladies and gentlemen, she is high on cream.
I'm high on cream. It's that buttercream, the good cream.
Now, can anybody tell me if Rocky's going to do his live show, or is he still? Are they still live streaming the adventures of Tom and Tweak? I wouldn't be sad if Soros went away, but he's passed most of his stuff along to his weirdo son now, so it probably wouldn't matter. Yeah, and I think his nephew is married to Chelsea Clinton, something like that.
Oh my God! Really?
I do believe.
I don't know that. Hey, y'all, go to your local farmer's market. Make sure you've got some. Dude, I bought these dehydrating things during the COVID thing, and I got a really good deal on them. But you can do that, and it will heat your house up. Seriously, I mean.
So save it for the wintertime, are you saying?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying is that, all right, so we have a south-facing window and whatever, so that gets some nice sunlight and warmth and whatever here in South Dakota. I mean, I'm in northern South Dakota. I mean, I'm almost in North Dakota. Not quite, but pretty damn close. It was 50 below. I did not turn on my electricity to heat up the house. I didn't. And I just kept dehydrating stuff and whatever. I don't know. Anyways, everybody, dude, I just did a bunch of, and my son loves it. He's like, oh my God, Mom, you're doing the tomatoes. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm doing tomatoes.
So did you bake fresh bread to go with the butter?
Oh, I'm sorry. The butter is kind of like a frozen thing.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Okay.
So I went and did the butter, and I've got like, I bought some of these, what do you call it? The silicone things to put your butter in, although they're meant for the other kind of butter. You know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
So it's not quite, you know, a pound or whatever, but yeah, I'm cubing up the frickin' things. I mean, I got these. I was so stoked. I got that stuff for like $3. And then, all right, so just so you know, it takes some time and it takes you to do the work and whatever. But out of 2 quarts of the cream, the whipping cream,
Mm-hmm.
I get a quart of buttermilk out of it, and then a pound of butter. Really? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. That's okay. Especially when it's like, $1.50 a pound. I'm good with that. Yes, ma'am.
Boy, that didn't take long. Trump's got his own. Trump's got a T-shirt with his own mugshot on it that says "Never Surrender."
Hell yeah! No. Oh.
I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear what Mark Dice says in the morning.
Well, one of the nice people in my neighborhood, like right up the road, they don't have grass. They grow on their land.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a big plot. They have I don't know. They don't have a big plot, but they grow stuff instead of grass.
Mm-hmm.
And then they ended up putting out whatever extra that they don't need, they put out on a little stand for free.
Nice.
Oh, dude, man, they had zucchini so big. Zucchini's a bitch to fucking dry, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
You have to slice it really, really thin, don't you?
Oh, it's such a pain in the ass
and
to
salt
do,
it good.
But y'all need to know that 1 cup of powdered zucchini is 1 cup of flour, and you can put that in with your bread and whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and you got much more nutrition. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Indeed.
I love you guys, and hey, cowboy, I love you, asshole. You took up all my damn time. I'm just kidding.
We know.
I know. All right, my dear. I love you bunches, and I'm gonna. Oh goodness.
Keep up the
Try
canning.
to get you back on there. All right. I'll talk to you later.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for calling.
Mwah.
And have a great
Love
week.
you, bunches.
Love you, sister.
Boy.
God bless. All right. Another phone call. 2 phone calls tonight. Yay. Please let me message me if I'm not welcome on your... Okay, no, that was last week, and I was having technical difficulties. All right. Oops. I just turned it off. 'Cause I'm a blonde. Yeah. All right. I was going to show you, I had another thing up called, I'm trying to do this new thing called More of This, but I had a crash and everything crashed, and I haven't pulled everything back up yet. But of course, as you can see, the big news, and it happened while we were live on my show, is that Trump is now back on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter. I wonder if that now means that he's going to do a live with Elon Musk or something like that, or whatever it is, the listening live spaces or whatever it is and everything like that. Scott Adams actually is doing one right now. But yeah, Trump is officially back on Twitter, or X if you want to call it. Some people refuse to call it X. Mark Dice actually refuses to call it X. It's Twitter. But it's X. It's X. But it's still twitter.com, so it's still Twitter. What the hell, you know? But Styx I'm sure Styx Hexenhammer is going to have something to say about it. And let me look here. He has, let's see, he posted this, what, 20 minutes ago now? He has 8.6 million views. 8:30. Okay, 25, almost 30 minutes ago now. 80,000 reposts, 29,000 quote posts, 242,000 likes, 7,600 bookmarks. And where's that other thing at? Sometimes it shows you that, oh, okay. Why didn't it show, why is it not showing me the views here? Weird. This thing works weirdly sometimes. Okay. 9.7 million views so far as that goes and everything like that. So yes, Trump is officially back on X or Twitter, if you wanted the platform formerly known as Twitter, if you will. This may possibly be, it says 33 minutes, yeah. This may possibly be his only post for now. You know, you know what kind of a teaser he can be. Of course, you know he's going to probably misspell something so that they'll scream and yell about it. He gets free publicity. I'm seeing 2016 all over again, except for they've gone more intense with it. But nothing's working. The more they call him a clown, the more they call him a criminal, the more they do to him, the stronger he gets. He's like a modern day Obi-Wan Kenobi or some shit, or a real life Obi-Wan Kenobi or some shit. But that's because of his supporters and his followers. And like I said before, if you don't at least have some suspicion of something going on, especially now that they're starting to mandate the masks again, and they've come out with a brand new booster and another strain that's probably going to be more deadly than all of the rest of them ever have been, which we know is not true. I'm not falling for this again. I didn't fall for it the first time. I'm not going to fall for it again, and I'm hoping that, well, I'm seeing from the numbers on here and on his interview and everything like that also, too, that not very many people are, a lot of people are walking away from that, or starting to walk away from the overbearing government. We see what they did. It's like Cowboy said, you know, Chris Christie locked everything down, and then a couple of days later, we catch him and his family on the beach when nobody else can go anywhere. Newsom did the same thing. Pelosi did the same thing. The mayor of Los Angeles at the time did the same thing. The mayor, or who had the governor of Michigan, her family, the same thing. And now, DeSantis, I don't think went out when he locked everybody down, but he makes it sound like he never locked Florida down. That's not the case. He locked every day down just as much as anybody else did. He was just one of the first ones to open back up and say, nah, fuck this ain't working. Which, again, he's another establishment one too. In fact, him and the woman. The woman. I remind Styx that Pastor Satellite kicks down Pond prays for his salvation a lot. Yes. Twixter or truth. Well, he's got both now, so you know why not? And the thing about running a business, and one thing that you always actually, if you go to the seminars and you are actually going and learning from someone that is trying to actually teach you how to be successful, the first thing they're going to tell you is that the more you have to offer, the more potential for cash you have to make. It's going to be the same way in this. The more people, it's a numbers game too, as far as that goes. The more people you reach with whatever it is that they need, the more people are going to buy from you, basically. So there it is. Like I said, Styx Hexenhammer, then a lot of the talking heads all said that Trump would be an idiot not to come back to Twitter at one point during this, and here he is. So let's see how long it takes them to find something else wrong with the Biden administration or the Biden crime family or whatever it is, and then go and within 24 hours find another indictment for him. Let's see how many that they'll just go through, because right now it just seems like an act anymore. It's just something to keep things going in the news cycle. Other than that, everything else is kind of boring. except for the fact that, like I say, they're not getting excited about a lot of this stuff because they don't want anybody to know what they're sneaking into some of these bills and some of the things that they pass. You know, remember Pelosi started with the mantra, "Oh, we gotta pass it to see what's in it." No, you need to open it up and read it before you pass it. See what's in it first, you dinkus. But then again, we're finding out also too that this, what was it? What is he calling it? It's they always call it the opposite of what it actually is in the bills, as far as it. But the reduction bill, the inflation reduction bill, they've got the entire Green New Deal in it. They snuck that in there somehow. But that's why I say, that's why they don't get excited about these bills, and they don't televise a lot of their, outwardly or advertise the way that they do these bills and everything like that too, because they don't want anybody to know. They don't want anybody to know how incompetent they are, and they don't want anybody to know that they're not the ones that are writing these bills. They don't even read them before they put them in there. But if somebody gets arrested or whatever like that, you damn sure somebody's going to scour through one of them and say, "Oh, here's the law that you're breaking. So, too bad, so sad. You had a chance to vote on these people." No, you didn't. None of they don't discuss any of this stuff. They don't outwardly offer these things. It's just like with insurance too. You have to ask them for this stuff, and if you don't know about the policies and stuff like that, I mean, they get away with it. It's legal because you sign these contracts and everything like that. Most of the time, you sign them without reading them. So, yep. All right. So, is Rocky doing his show now? Let me check in on them over there, the adventures over there, because I'm getting ready. I'm getting hungry. I'm getting ready to have to feed the old man too. Let's see. I'm following you. Oh, okay. Drunken Rocky. All right. If you're so inclined, go on over to the White Pill Experience with Rocky. That's about it for me. For the evening, I've gone over about 18 minutes, which is fine. It's no biggie. We're chill here. If I'm still talking about stuff, and I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to share more of this stuff with you. But again, this is really important stuff, evidently, because it's everywhere. Ain't nobody talking about nothing else right now. Not even Hawaii. So, make sure you head on over to the Drunken Rocky Show. Support everybody at the pureblood.tv website. Check out all the places where all the people that have been added to it, and we're growing exponentially. And of course, the adventures of Tom and Tweak are mainly to go to Vegas to actually advertise and advocate for the Pure Blood TV. Anybody that's on there, that a creator and everything like that, will be benefit to that, or get a benefit of that, hopefully. So, hope that you guys have a great week. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the phone calls. Thank you for sharing and everything else. I hope to see you again next week. God bless you. God bless America. And until next time, I wish you peace, love, health, and music. Always. Thanks for being here. Until next time, AMF.